Hi, my name's Chris Jones. I'm a Detective Inspector in the West Midlands Police. I work in public protection and I investigate RASO offences. Take a Walk in My Shoes is a short training video for police and frontline workers who may engage with female street sex workers through the course of their work. Street sex workers are recognised as some of the most vulnerable women in society, but there are many misconceptions about both them and the industry they work in. Over 90% of street sex workers in the West Midlands area are women. This video has been created using the real life experiences of women who have or are currently street sex working within the West Midlands area. It gives an insight into the reasons why the women started street sex working, their lifestyles, and examples of the stigma and discrimination experienced on a daily basis. All of the women who were spoken to had experienced significant trauma in their lives, and 100% of the women involved in this project had experienced public place violence while street sex working. Of the women interviewed, only 6% had given evidence in court which resulted in the perpetrator being convicted of public place violence.
I always wanted to live a normal life. But my normal wasn't like your normal. Drugs, alcohol, violence and abuse. That was my normal. I had hopes and dreams of growing up and having my own life away from all that. But that chance was taken away from me when I was 12 years old. I was put in a children's home. They said it was to protect me from the violence and abuse that I suffered at home. But I wasn't protected. I was vulnerable. I was targeted. I was exploited. Repeatedly let down by my friends, my family, police officers, support workers, doctors, nurses, social workers, everyone. The loneliness and isolation made me into an angry person. I craved attention. I misbehaved. Looking back on it now, it was a cry for help. But no one listened. No one cared or seemed to understand. No one ever believed me. And then my life changed forever. My boyfriend at the time used to beat me. And one day he handed me a roll-up and said, "Here, have this, it'll make you feel better." I was exhausted and in pain, so I thought nothing of it. But he tricked me into smoking brown. From that point on, my life spiralled out of control. I had a daughter, and I was still on the streets trying to make money, not only to feed her, but to feed an aggressive addiction. I felt immeasurable guilt every minute of every hour of every day. I needed more drugs to mask the pain. It wasn't long before my daughter was taken from me. But at that point, I really had nothing left to lose. I have a story, but I don't often tell it. So please try not to judge. Things aren't always as they seem. Just come with me and take a walk in my shoes. Tonight, I'm going out, but not going out as normal people do. I'm not going to a pub, a restaurant or nightclub. I'm going to the beat. I'm going to sell sex in return for money. Money to survive. Just remember, when you see me working, I don't use this makeup just to cover up the blemishes on my skin. I use it to conceal the pain that I feel every day. I'm not just a street sex worker who's addicted to drugs. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I am a sister. I'm an auntie. I am Alice. Working the streets wasn't something I aspired to do as a child. I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to be a sex worker. Everything seems okay at the start. You're making good money to pay for your drugs, but the more work you do, the more drugs you need to numb the pain. It's a vicious cycle. You get drawn in. You know it's not a good place to be, but before you know it, you're trapped. Becomes all you know. No friends, just associates. Everyone out for themselves. Not being able to trust anyone. Clients, pimps, boyfriends, other working women, drug dealers, people in positions of trust all wanting a piece of you. You're even more valuable if they can make money out of you. Even police asking, what do you know? Rather than, how are you? Why do you think we're so obstructive? Trying to keep your sex work a secret, but being on the streets visible for all to see. An embarrassment to everyone. Disowned by family and friends. Some members of society empathising with you, but most hating you. We're outcasts. Isolated and overlooked. But I'm not alone. Most of the women you see working out there, they're victims of abuse. Self-medicating with crack, heroin, whatever else we can get our hands on. Days, nights, weeks, months, all rolling into one. Never-ending cycle, which some can never get out of. Our fear of doctors and nurses judging us because of how we look or what we do. Look down upon. Not for 1 second thinking what it's like for us. Nothing ever prepares you for the fear you experience the first time you're here.
You working?
Your heart pounds. Your stomach turns. Your breath quickens. You begin to sweat, but you have to appear calm. Put on a front so that you don't look scared or vulnerable. You try to convince yourself that it's no different from having sex with a boyfriend or partner. But it is different. You're now being paid. Society says it's wrong, immoral, dehumanising. You're labelled as a prostitute, hooker, whore, slag, tramp. Ashamed, dirty, diseased, unclean, damaged goods. But for me, it is still a choice. Sex work enables me to earn money to survive. I don't want to steal or rob or beg. That's just not me. I want to earn my own money. Quick money. Not easy money. You can pull in here.
Relax. You're all right.
All women know that by going into sex work, you're taking a risk. Getting into a car, walking off to do business. There's always a thought in the back of your mind that you might not come home. You'll end up being another statistic. You're constantly assessing the risks, remembering cars, locations and descriptions, whilst not drawing attention to the fact that you're doing it. Hoping that by remaining professional and providing a good service, you improve your chances of staying safe.
Why are we going so far out?
How long have you seen, to be honest? I'm known in this area.
We can go wherever you want as long as you drop me back.
Hoping that the last sex worker your client did business with didn't rob him. Fear never goes away. You just learn how to control it.
Here's your 20.
You detach yourself from your emotions, like you're on the outside looking in. We're constantly on edge. Most of us have had stuff thrown at us, or been hit, strangled, or threatened with weapons. Some people have been robbed, abducted, or even stabbed. Sometimes we're forced to do sexual acts without our consent. Some people even remove condoms. Many of us have been raped, often by more than one person. People try and control us. Sometimes it's serial offenders. We're insulted, humiliated and belittled in front of others. We're used as scapegoats for problems in the community because of our lifestyle. We're constantly in fear of being arrested for prostitution, so we go to areas that are less visible because it seems safer than being caught.
Was that it then?
Yeah, can we head back to the beat now?
You're joking me, aren't you?
No, time's up.
I want a bit more for my money than that.
No, I don't want to. Plus, you'd have to pay me more to stay out longer.
Oh, yeah? Well, give me my money back then.
No, it's fine. I'll just get out.
No, you won't, bitch. You won't get out. Are you listening? I want my money back. I want my money back. Give me my money back, you bitch. Get out, you bitch.
We're left to fend for ourselves, having to decide whether to accept it or fight back. And even if we do take the unusual step and call 999, it's only to get ourselves out of immediate danger. Perpetrators know that we're not likely to report to the police. Why would we? We're not listened to, we're not taken seriously, we're not believed, we're seen as unreliable. We're not seen as victims. We've been let down too many times before. We're not trusted, and we can't trust anyone. We worry that we'll be prosecuted for soliciting and the perpetrator will walk free. People think that because I didn't cooperate with the police, it didn't happen. Court is hard when you're not a sex worker, so imagine if you are. Your sex work and sex history disclosed for all to see. Giving evidence is too traumatic. Juries are prejudiced, just like society. They'll say it's our fault. We choose sex work and the violence is just something that comes with it. We're left to deal with all of that on our own, without any help from others.
About the incident yesterday and hoping to make an arrangement to come and take a statement from you. Give me a call back when you can. Thank you. Hi Alice, it's TC Smith from West Midlands Police. I left a message for you a couple of days ago about taking a statement. Just wondering when you'll be available, what day or time I can come and see you. Call me when you can. Thank you. Hi Alice, it's TC Smith again from West Midlands Police. It's been a couple of weeks now since the incident. I'm wanting to have a chat or meet up with you if I can. Call me or text me. Hopefully speak soon. Thank you. Bye.
I don't expect you to understand the life I lead. But remember, this is me, and the way I am is influenced by my past. I know I'm difficult to talk to and I'm sometimes angry, but treat me how you expect to be treated, and if things don't go to plan, give me a chance. I know I struggle to keep appointments, and I don't know what day or time it is, and I know I rarely sleep, and when I do, it can be for days on end. I know I'm unlikely to be where I say I'm going to be, or keep a phone for longer than a couple of days, but please just persevere with me. Maybe ask if there's a professional I trust. I'll be more likely to work with you if you work with them too. Respect me, empower me, and let me make my own choices, even if they're not the ones that you would make. Now you've taken a walk in my shoes, I hope you can empathise with me and understand how difficult it can be.
I'm really hoping that you found this video useful. In reality, many crimes against sex workers are never reported or are unable to proceed past the initial emergency response. This means no statements are able to be taken, no medical examinations are completed, no perpetrators are arrested, no trial and no convictions. But with evidence suggesting that some men who attack women sex workers are habitually violent, and many of the men convicted of murder in the UK having previous convictions for violence, it's really important that all violence against sex workers is investigated robustly in order to disrupt serial perpetrators and escalating violence. This will not only protect sex workers, but the wider community as a whole from violent perpetrators. We need to work with street sex workers, build their trust and confidence in the service we provide in order to help them report public place violence. But at the same time, recognise that there may be challenges in doing so. Police cannot achieve this alone. Sex worker support services, doctors, nurses, sexual health services, substance misuse workers, the courts, probation officers, housing, homelessness teams, registered and social landlords, and any other professional working with street sex workers should look past a woman stood on the street sex working, understand the reasons why she entered sex work and the impact that it has on her day-to-day life. We should not be saying what is wrong with this woman, but instead, what happened to this woman.